Hey, this is Robert Griswold from Ready Made Resources, one of the country's largest sellers of night vision. And I wanted to do a video and address some misinformation, disinformation concerning night vision. Basically, night vision will be broken down into two main categories. There's civilian version night vision. Civilian version night visions usually require an infrared light to make them work, meaning that if you are using that with somebody who has a real night vision, that infrared illuminator on those civilian units is going to make you shine like a Christmas tree. So it really does not do a lot of good if you're in an environment where someone would have the real night vision. And other than that, what I wanted to talk about is I go to so many people, they call me up and say they're looking at night vision and they're so confused because there are so many different choices to be made. And there are a few that you have to make sure you're aware of, that you don't buy something that is not what you think it's being advertised as. Well, first of all, I want to just address there's three basic companies that make military grade night vision. This is an Elbit unit. They make a really good night vision. This is generally what the U.S. military buys. There's a Photonis. Now this is a Belgium-made tube. It is a hybrid unit between second and third generation. Still a military-grade night vision, and it is very good. And then you have the L3. L3 is the top-of-the-line night vision. The top of the line because it's an unfilmed unit. An unfilmed unit versus a filmed unit is going to give you about 10 to 15% better light illumination in an extremely dark environment. They say, like, if you were out in the woods, it was summer, and you were walking around under full canopy, you're going to get a better image at distance with this unit than you will with any of the others. Subsequently, this is the most expensive unit. But even if it's like, say, you were to buy an Elbit unit, okay? I had a gentleman just the other day call me up and said he got his PVS 14 for a lot less than what I was selling it for. So I had him pull out the spec sheet and I had him read the specifications of what he had purchased, not knowing that there are differences between night vision. It's like I could use an analogy of a Mustang car. You can buy a four-cylinder Mustang or you can buy a Shelby Mustang. They're both called Mustangs, but the Shelby is going to perform a little bit better. So with that said, I'd like to show you, Elbit makes what's called an XLS tube, and that's basically the bottom of the line tube. And then they make a SLH tube, which is what the military would buy. Up from there would be a YH tube, and then the very best that they make would be a VH tube. You can always tell what tube you have by here. You can see that is an SLH tube, okay? Now, if you're buying an SLH tube and you think you're getting something different, you need to make sure you understand this is a VH tube. You can see the VH right there. That is the best tube that Elbit makes. Subsequently, with the L3 units, you have what's a UM tube, an 18 UM tube, and this would be considered like a commercial grade tube. Commercial grade tubes could have what are called black specks or artifacts in them. An artifact doesn't inhibit the performance of the night vision, the warranty of the night vision in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but it can be an annoying thing to look at, especially if that black spot is somewhere in the middle of the tube, and they do vary in size. So if you buy an XLS tube, you might get a tube with 6, 7 spots on it, whereas if you buy a higher performance tube, you're going to get a unit without any specifications in it. And basically what you look at with L3 is you're going to see an 18 UM or a 22 UA. UA is aviation grade. So with that said, you can vary the cost of night vision $1,000 by what tube is put in it. Basically, the housings are the same, and you will not notice any difference. They all function the same. But just to address this, going through different websites and looking at the night vision, barely anyone, hardly any company, tells you what grade of tube you're getting. Whether it's the Elbit, you're getting an XLS, an SLH, a YH, or a VH. On our website, ReadyMadeResources.com, we list the grade of tube you're buying. Same thing with the L3. Now, with that said, some of the specifications that you want to look at are what are called figure of merit, FOM. You'll hear it called FOM. Generally, the higher the FOM, the better the night vision is going to perform. FOM is a function of what's called line pair resolution to signal to noise ratio. The higher that line pair resolution, the clearer you're going to get, the clearer image you're going to get. So if you have questions when you're buying a night vision, do not hesitate to give me a call, because like I said, not all are created equal. And a lot of people are selling night vision, putting XLS tubes in it, and you might look at that not knowing the difference, and you're looking at another unit that might have an SLH or a VH tube in it, and you will go for the less expensive one, not knowing you're buying an inferior night vision. I wanted to address this because I see this happen a lot in this industry. At Ready Made Resources, we always try to tell customers and give them the full information before they make the purchase. You can always feel free to call me at 800-627-3809, Robert Griswold, or my son, Joshua Griswold. You can call him and we can answer these questions for you. You might also want to go and look at the specification sheet that you get with your night vision so that you know what unit you've bought. Every unit you buy should come with a specification sheet. If it doesn't, you don't know what you're buying. You're buying a sight unseen. They don't know what they've put in it. Buy from reputable companies. There have been companies that falsify specification sheets and put a higher spec sheet tube as far as the paperwork is concerned, and there's a lower priced tube inside of it. You can always verify with the company, L3, Elbit, or Photonis, that you have got the correct tube in the unit. All tubes are serial numbered, so if you call that company, they'll know exactly what tube is in that unit. If you have any questions with this, please give me a call. Robert Griswold, Ready Made Resources, 800-627-3809. And any questions in general about night vision, give us a call. I want to thank you very much. Looking forward to doing business with you and having you come to our store. This is our store here. So again, if you have any questions, please give me a call. Thank you very much.